Carol here and welcome to my craft room. Yes, we're going to make a box of donuts. Doesn't that sound yummy? And I was inspired taking my grandson to get a dozen donuts at our local donut diner, and we're going to use the paper tray ink sprinkle set, and we're going to make a box using a lot of sequins, a lot of wonderfulness. And first we have to start out with our box base, which is 7.5 by 6.5 inches for the top here. And I'm going to score it at 1 inch all the way around and then cut out the corners on the fold so that we can fold it up to look like a box. And in here you are going to need to have, see how I'm folding it there? You're going to have either whatever kind of front. I used a rectangle die, stitched rectangle die, to put the acetate on so you could see down through, and it'll go right inside this. And there is the acetate we're cutting out, and then I am going to glue it to the back here of the lid to this box. And I think you're really going to enjoy this. And I'm going to use the donuts as to and from gift tags, so we will see how that works out later on. Here is the bottom of the donut box, and the thing to remember, you want it just a tad bit smaller. So when you're going around, just pull it back 1/16 of an inch so that the lid can fit over top of it. And I really enjoyed making this project for you. It took a little bit of time, but I love projects like this. So I am putting my two-sided tape on the outside to tuck it in to make a box on the bottom. And I'm going to leave it like this because we are going to get ready to decorate the inside of the box. So here I'm just making sure it's a nice tight fit, and we have the acetate front, and our donut box is about to begin. So I didn't want to see the glue on the inside of the acetate there, so I covered it with some matching papers to the lid and the bottom. I thought it looked nice to have 2 pieces to match the lid and 2 pieces to match the bottom of the box. So I put double-sided tape and I fit it nice and easy peasy. Now I had this round set that I wanted to make it look like a donut, and it says, "Hey good looking, what you got cooking?" 3 times going in a circle. Isn't that cute? And I am using StazOn black ink, and we are going to put it on the outside of this. So there you go. I turned it over, and the StazOn works wonderfully on the acetate. So now I needed to use the round piece made with love that came with this set, and I've had this set forever. But I needed something round so it looked like a donut right on the outside of this box. So it worked out perfectly, and you don't have to measure or anything because it's donut. You don't want it to be exactly precise when you do it. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? And there's no pun intended there. Isn't that sweet? So we have the lid to the box. So now I am going to die cut the word sprinkled for the top of the box, and I did it twice so it has some nice firmness to it when I put it on the front of the box. And we are going to use some Elmer spray glue to put this together. I'm just taking all the guts out, and I love that bright pink. I like everything about this. So I grabbed a box piece that I had, and I sprayed some Elmer glue, and now I'm putting the top part of the sprinkled on, and I'm going to use a napkin here, paper towel, and put it nicely together. So now it's nice and thick, and it's ready to set aside to just dry a little bit, and we're going to put that on the outside of the box. Now we're going to have to make some yummy donuts, and we're going to have to make some yummy muffins, because that's what you get at our Tim Hortons. Yummy donuts and yummy muffins. And here I put my beacon glue. I use beacon glue, I tell you all the time, instead of glossy accents, way more affordable. And I am putting it with my detailed bottle, and then I'm running some colored sprinkles from the paper tray ink make it, and we are just adding them here and there. And look at, and the "hey good looking, what you got cooking's only on there twice, not 3 times. If you read that, it's only twice. And then I've got the sprinkled, and we're going to put that aside to make our muffins and color them in with our zig color markers. I love those. So let's get started. Now before we use our zig markers to color, I wanted to use these muffins with the Versamark and some Wow really sparkled embossing powders. I started with the black here and I set it inside the coffee filter, and we will heat set this after. Isn't that beautiful? This is the new one I just bought. This nice black sparkle from Wow, and they're ultra fine, which makes it really nice for coloring after you heat set it. And then I use the vintage medium color, which is really nice. I'll try to post those on my blog for you, the colors, but just pretty. Wow. The brand is Wow and they are Wow. And when you see how wonderfully the zig markers color inside the emboss, it's just really nice. And I thought the lid needed to have some muffins as well as some donuts, and I couldn't find a better set than these that I had put away in my stash. So I'm just putting everything away, and then we're going to heat set these cutesy wootsy little muffins, and out come those wonderful zig watercolor markers. I love them. Now we're going to heat set these little muffins, and I'm going to hold them down with my pokey tool here. And you know, when you cut these out, I'm going to fussy cut each of these little muffins, but the zig markers, they sure are wonderful. You know, I don't think I could have made a better buy than to get the whole set of these, because they really do go on well. And I used, look at that, isn't that nice? I used a Derwent fine tip water brush to get inside of them, and I used the snow applique right there, the one that you heat up, and I did it so that it had nice fluffy frosting on the top, and I was able to put some little beads inside that I'm going to color, so that the sparkle with the colored beads to match the muffin holders there. Oh my, I just fell in love with these. So I am heat setting it, and the way that this applique puffs up, it's crazy. And I got that at Michael's if you're interested in getting some, and it really does look like frosting. I'm going to try and get really close up here. Isn't that unbelievable? Look at it. So now I'm putting glue inside. I left some little holes there, as you can see, and I put some little white beads inside there, because the zig markers will color them to match the muffin right there. Isn't that cute? Oh my. So I started out with the pink, and I was doing my shading here, and then I thought I'm going to get out my homemade zig blending wheels. Remember, I made those in a video. I showed you how to make them, and it has all the colors of the color family, like red and green and the other colors. But I only used 2 of the wheels on this project. And after I got here, I thought, I am going to pull out my homemade zig blending chart. Yes, I came up with this all by myself, and all you have to do is turn the wheel and look for the color that you want, and it will give you a perfect blend every time. I am so happy I made this. I tell you what, sometimes that brain just works for me. So here, you don't think that that is going to match, but yes it does. When I turn the wheel around, it shows that it's a perfect match. And I will try to post that video so you can see how to make one for yourself if you do have the zig markers. And look at this. Here's the Derwent fine tip marker, and wait till you see this close up. I'm just going over the little beads in the exact colors, 3 or 4 different colors, and there you have it. And I added the wheel will allow you to have 4 blends, and that's what I used here. And now I'm taking my Irresistible Pico Embellisher, and I'm going over the little cupcake right there, and we are going to move on to the next muffin. Well, here I decided to go with the blue color family using my zig blending wheel that I came up with. And I think it is a perfect match to do the pinks, the blues, and the yellows family with the muffins here, and this is the paper muffin holder. So I'm doing the paper in the blue. Isn't it pretty? And I'm just quickly showing you the colors that I used. And I'm taking my water brush and I'm working it into the color. Isn't it pretty? I just love these zig markers. And now I am using my white enamel accents because it kind of has a little crackle effect. I decided not to use the snow applique because this was kind of pearlized, and when it dried, oh. And this is my Sukaniko Platinum that I got from Stampin' Up! 3 years ago. I don't think you can get it anymore, but it is absolutely beautiful. I did 3 layers here with the paintbrush. You want to stir it up really well because it's been sitting for a while, but oh my, does it look nice with this color combination. And believe it or not, if you put the 3 layers on and wait for it to dry, it looks really thick. And now I took out a little red sequin thing I had there for the cherry. Isn't it sweet? And I'm using my Pico Irresistible embellisher there, and it just came out beautiful. I'm just showing you both cupcakes. Couldn't you almost gobble those up? Yowzer, they're so cute. So now I'm taking the green and yellow and brown wheel and I'm looking for the perfect blend, and it's right there. And I'm going to start our next muffin. So this yellow, isn't that a beautiful lemon color? Oh, I love it. And when I turned the wheel, I wanted a 4-color blend, and this is what it came up with. And it actually had the green in with this bright yellow. As a background, I always put my undercolor, and this called for that lemon yellow. And seriously, these little muffins, they were so enjoyable to make. I can't even tell you in words. So nice. And I really now I rely on my Zig blending wheel, and I'm just so thankful that I was able to come up with that because it really does work. Look at, isn't that sweet? And look with that sparkly embossed outside. And I am using the snow applique here. Watch this. Now, while this applique is wet, sprinkle your glitter right over top, and when you heat set that, oh, that snow just sparkles wonderfully. Look at it. Ooh, well, it actually isn't snow, that's my frosting. Then I took my beacon glue to add my little cherry. I have a whole bottle of these red sequins, and I just got those at the dollar store. Look at that, looks like a real cherry. And now I am hitting those little wee sparkles with the bright yellow, and we're moving on to this project now. And it's our little wee donuts, and I'm using My Favorite Things ink, and I'm going around and just putting a whole lot of those little donuts, and that's from My Favorite Things set that I'm using here. I'll make sure to post it. And I used, I think it was 5 different colors there. Aren't they pretty? And I took out, now this is the rainbow ink that you slide together, and I'm putting the sprinkles on because I can use 5 or 6 different colors without having to get out all different inks. I'm able to just keep stamping because it has 6 different colors in there. Now I just wanted to show you, I put them to the edge of the paper because I thought that my 1/2-inch punch would punch them out perfectly, but oh no, I had to fussy cut them. Yes, they were an odd size, and I didn't have the right punch to punch them out, but I didn't mind cutting them all out, fussy cutting. I rather enjoy it. So I went over all the edges. Oh yes, even the 20 little donuts here. You want to cut out the centers, and all I used was an inexpensive hole punch, the kind you use to punch your paper in a binder. And it worked perfect for the inside of these donuts and cut them out perfectly. Now I'm going to take this inexpensive hole punch that I have, and I'm going to take the centers out of all these little donuts. And then we're going to take the tuxedo black ink marker and go on the inside of all those circles so that it matches the outside of them. And I know it looks like a tedious project, but it really isn't. It is so much fun, and look at all the color. And I really wanted to, I was inspired to do a box of donuts, and look at them, aren't they cute? Looks like they have glaze over top of each one, and that's with the beacon glue that you get at Michael's. You get 3 times the amount as glossy accents for a third of the price. And I always mention that. So here with my glue gun, I'm putting the little muffins down. Don't they look sweet? I couldn't resist that. Yes, sweet. This whole project is sweet. And now I'm going to put the sprinkled on with my beacon glue on the front here. And I want to thank you ahead of time for joining me, because this is project, I could not bring it down under a half an hour when I was editing. I tell you, it was just necessary, I thought, for you to see the whole process of making the lid. And I think you will have so much fun making this box of donuts. So now I am going to take my glue gun, and the reason why I like the glue gun here is you can get some depth with you could put a little bit on and they'll go flush on the box, or you can put a lot of glue on, which will pick them up off the box, and you'll get a nice 3D effect. Isn't that cute? Now we're almost finished the box lid, and we're going to move into the bottom of the box, which is really exciting. Yes, look at that. Donuts, donuts, donuts. So what I did is I took some Versamark and I put all the sprinkles all over the bottom of this box, which will be the bottom of the box, right? And now I'm heat and setting it. It was white embossing powder from Wow, and I just wanted to have all sparkles. So when you put the donuts inside, it just, you know, it's got sparkles. And now I'm taking the outside tape off so we can actually make the bottom box. Fold in the corners, cut them nice and flush so it looks nice, and look at. Now we are moving on to the donuts and our Tim Holtz inks. I decided to take out the little minis and go over the front and the back of the upper portion of the donut. So in that die you get the bottom donut, then you get the upper glaze part of your donut, and then you get the sprinkled part, and then you get the sprinkle with the holes in it. I'll show you after. So here I've picked out some nice colors to match the box, and I'm going over the front and back. And then I take out my Tim Holtz stains, the sprays, the stain that is in the spray bottles, and we're going to do the bottom portion of the donut in a darker spray stain just to give it some contrast. And I just love these colors. They just glide right over top of the paper, and I'm using the 140-pound paper that I get at my stationery store. So now I want to match up the top with the bottom with the top, and I'm using the spray stains. So each one I will spray it and let it dry. It only takes a second. I just set it aside, and this will go with the purple one. As you can see, I made the 2 sizes that this dynamic set comes with, and I think they turned out really cute. Wait till we get to the decorating stage. Yes, they're gonna look like donuts. And now I'm just taking the last ones and dipping them in, and I end up taking the inks back out and doing the edges. You want to have some real dimension on these donuts. So now I'm spraying the bigger ones on the paper towel, and we're going to get ready to decorate the glaze part. Oh, we had one left over here. Oh yes, you're going to get a little inky on this project too. Did I mention that? Now in this set of dies, this donut dies, you get a die that makes actual little sprinkles. It makes the holes where all of your negative space comes out, and you have actual sprinkles. So you could use colored paper to have them for the top of your donuts. But what I did is I made a stencil, and I'm taking some gold embossing paste that I have, and I'm going to run it over top of one of my donuts so that I have some glaze. So any paste will do on top of here. Put it nice and thick, and it'll run through those little holes and you have sprinkles instantly. Look at this. And it's gold and it's glittery. It's just beautiful. So I decided to take some more paste, and this is white glitter paste, and I'm just putting it over top of my donut just like I was putting some whipped cream on the top. Look at that. And then I added some gold sparkles, and then I added some glitter, some actual it looked like I want it to look like chocolate chips, but only gold chips. Yes, and now I'm cleaning up that mess, and I'm taking my Dreamweaver paste and some actual embossing powder. Yeah, I just threw it on top. I wanted to have like kind of a gritty cream to put inside my yellow donut there. I wanted it to be brown, so I just mixed embossing powder inside of it, and look at that. And then when you put the lid down and you just smoosh it together, oh look at, doesn't that look yummy? I tell you, you could almost eat it, could you? Doesn't this donut look really sweet? I can't help saying that. I just loved creating different donut effects, and they dry perfectly, and it looks just like this when it's dry. It's amazing. Now I had some glossy accents in the bottom of a bottle that I did not want to waste, and I wanted it to be thicker than the beacon glue because it's been sitting around for a while, because it is at the bottom of a bottle. So I just took a stick and I'm rubbing it over top of that glitter, and really when this dried it looked really nice. See, isn't that beautiful? And there's my chocolate chip little donut with it's actually gold chip. And that one I used beacon glue over top. Not that one, but that little one I added beacon glue because it holds those little gold chipped pieces of glitter on top. Now this is my Silks acrylic glaze. That's what that the inside, and I took my prills that matched, and I added my beacon glue with my detailed bottle in the little circles, and then I just sprinkled my prills on there. Oh yeah, beacon glue and prills, perfect donut. Look at, and now some more beacon glue in circles on my pink donut, and we're going to use some of this paper tray ink little sparkles that I have in that tube. And look at, doesn't that look like it came right from the donut shop? I just love it. Now here's the fun part. Wait till you see this. Okay, this is round sponges. These are Stampin' Up! Sponges that I just cut them in a third going across so that I could have some, yes, Boston cream. Oh, doesn't that look like Boston cream? I love it. And that is a sponge. I just took my glue gun and I'm going to put the lid on there with my glue, and watch this. Does that not look like Boston cream donuts? Donuts, anyone? Look at them. Oh yeah, I was excited. I'm telling you, I just love this project so much. Look at the little mini donut, my chocolate chip gold mini donut. And yes, you could just stare at them all, but look at, yeah, Boston cream. Gotta love it. Now I wanted to add some diamond dust because I have 2 gigantic bottles of it, and I sprinkled it. I put some embossing paste inside and squished my donuts down and together, and then I lathered it up with the mixed media paste and glitter glaze. Oh yeah, this donut was so yummy looking. So now I went on with the blue donut here, and I had some curved blue mini sequins that curved up like little mini cups. Oh yeah, you can get as creative as you want with these donut lids, and that's what I did. And I decided I'm going to make to and from little gift tags at Christmas. I'm going to give this as a set to somebody. I don't know who yet, but I thought I'd put to and from on the back, and they could hang. Whoever got this set could use them for gifts. So I took out my set that had to and from, 2 different ones, and look it. Doesn't that look sweet? I'm going to hone in on it here. We have one that's kind of calligraphy-like. And look at, I'm back to the sponges. I had some old sponges that I had for doing mixed media, and I cut them up, and now I'm going to have, yeah, green filling. Kind of like a turquoise. It matches the top of that donut actually. And it looks like, yeah, look at, not only Boston cream, but I've got green cream. Oh yeah, this is way too much fun. That's what I'm telling you. This project is way too much fun. So now I needed some white filling, right? Look what I used. Inside the paper tray ink set that the sequence came in, there was some white foam. And I took the dyes and I just ran it through the dye. It's kind of like that little puffy foam you get with jewelry when you have jewelry boxes. And look at, and then when you put them together, you push them out. You just take one end and one with your fingers and pull them. Look at that. Doesn't that look like just cream? It looks like real cream on the inside. Am I having way too much fun? Yes. So I grabbed some twine and I cut it for the tops to be able to hang on a gift. And then my friend Debbie, Inky Fingers, over on Stamp Nation, gave me all these bows. I told you I'd use them, Deb. Look at, I had every donut colored bow that I could possibly have because of a wonderful friend, Inky Fingers, whose name is Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Well, we're getting to the end of having to decorate these, and I think those bows added just the right touch. And the to and the from came in two different styles of writing, and I added the colors to each of the donuts on the back and just cut the twine off. Look at that. Aren't they cute donuts? And I tried to get a different style on each of the tops of the donuts. So, you know, it looked really nice together, and I tried to match the bows as well. And I put the bows on the back so that it did not take away from the actual donuts there. Look at that. Thank you, Deb. Look at my little bows. You could take the bigger bows and just pull them into a small bow, and there you have that little pieces of white foam for the cream on the little donut. Well, on the inside of the box, I just want to tell you here, I wanted to add some acetate and use the frame that was left over from the box that I cut out the lid. And I'm just using Tim Holtz inks here to give the donuts some dimension. And I'm adding each color to the outside of the donuts. So I cut some more acetate and I put it inside that little outside piece, and I took 5 different StazOn inks, and it said homemade with love on the stamp that I stamped on the acetate because I wanted the donuts to slide with all of these miniature donuts I had left over. Well, my box of donuts are complete, and if this hasn't made you hungry, I don't know what will. I just really enjoyed making this project for you and a special person. I will give this as a gift. I'm closing the lid and just wanting to say have yourself a blessed week. I'm putting it on this special doily that my friend Janet gave to me, and I know it means a lot to her. So thank you, Janet, and I hope this gave you some inspiration to all my subscribers. And all I have to say now is, does anybody want a donut? Let me open this up. Yeah, you can have a donut right here. Come on, Carol, open it up. Yep, there we go. Donut, anybody? Yeah, enjoy. Take care, everybody.